single day I'm gonna make something great.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be showing you a couple recipes we had this week. I meal plan all my meals on Sundays. That way I can get groceries on Monday and have everything for the week. So I'm just going to show you two of the meals I made. They're actually both oven recipes. They both go in the oven, they bake. And I also have a couple Crockpot ones I'm going to show you too in a separate video. I just wanted to let you know too, these are both Weight Watcher friendly. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Weight Watchers, but if you are, there's like separate plans now, like different colors. So I'm on the purple plan, which basically means you get less points per day, but you have more 0-point foods. So I can do a lot of like whole grain pastas and stuff for 0, which is really nice. So both of these are Weight Watcher friendly. The first one that I'll be showing you was only 5 points for a whole pepper. And the second one, it was a little bit more, 10 points for a serving, but if you're smart throughout the day and plan out your meals, then it works just fine. So I'll be showing you both of those, and we'll go ahead and get started. This one is definitely one of my favorite recipes so far that I've ever made. So you're gonna start this recipe by preheating your oven to 325. This recipe calls for 5 bell peppers. I use the red because I like those the best. You could also use green or yellow as well, but I definitely like these the most. This made a lot of peppers, so I had a lot of leftovers for the week, so you can definitely do less if you want to, but just for this recipe I used 5. So you're going to be cutting each of these bell peppers lengthwise in half. That way you can have room to stuff them and obviously remove all of the seeds inside, which you can see that I'm doing now. And I also have a baking sheet ready, sprayed with Pam, just so that it's ready to put all of these on when I'm done cutting. Luckily, all 5 peppers fit on this baking sheet, so I was really happy about that. So next for this recipe, you need 2 medium tomatoes. And you're going to want to make sure that these are finely chopped up. Next, you need 1 large onion chopped up. So that is what I am doing here. I'm telling you guys, this recipe is so good. I was a little bit iffy because I've never made stuffed peppers before, but this is by far my favorite thing that I've made, and my husband liked it. The kids, they're weird about the peppers, but they liked the turkey part of it that I just spooned out for them. But I'm telling you, you have to try this. So next you need to go ahead and cook the ground turkey. I used 2 teaspoons of olive oil, and then I ended up adding the ground turkey. This one is extra lean turkey. It was 99% fat-free. You can get whatever you want, but as far as like the Weight Watchers points, this one worked best for me. And then I added the onion on top of that to cook that all together. And then you also see me adding some garlic here as well, which is just 1 garlic clove. Then you just mix it all up. So as you're cooking the turkey, you're going to add 2 teaspoons of ground cumin. And then next, you're going to be adding 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And then you're going to add a ½ teaspoon of salt. And then a ½ teaspoon of black pepper. Then you just mix that all together and continue to brown the turkey. So once the turkey is all browned and the onions are soft, I just turn the heat down a little bit and added in the tomatoes. You also need breadcrumbs for this recipe, and I added, I believe that it called for 1 to 1.5 cups, but I just did my 1 cup into this. Then I added low-fat cheddar cheese. You can use regular if you'd like to, and I just used 1 cup as well. Once that's all mixed, you just start stuffing all of the peppers. It's actually really easy. I had a little bit extra left in the pan, so you can just see me adding just a little bit to kind of top them off. Once they're all stuffed, I added a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, and I just sprinkled that onto the tops of the peppers. Next, you put it in the oven and set it for 20 to 25 minutes. Here is the final result. You guys have to try these. They are so good. Next up is the beef lasagna that I used whole grain pasta with, and here's everything you need. So I started by browning the ground beef, and in the meantime I have water boiling. I usually buy the no-bake pasta and just use that, but since I'm using whole grain, all I could find was the type that you boiled. So as the beef is browning, you can see me adding the lasagna into the boiling water. Once that's all cooked, I am just taking these out and putting them on a plate. That way it's easier for me once I start layering all of the lasagna together. While I'm layering everything, I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven to 375. So next you're going to be making your cheese mixture. You're going to need 1 15-ounce container of ricotta cheese. I used low fat for this recipe. And then you're going to be adding 2 cups of mozzarella, which I use low fat as well. You can use whatever you'd like. And then after this, I added a 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and then mix it all up. So next you're going to be starting your layers. Once I put some Pam on the bottom of this pan, I added a cup of marinara sauce and then even that out. And then next you're going to layer with 3 of the lasagna pieces. And I did not really measure out anything except the marinara, as you can see here. You can use 1/2 cup to 1 cup as you go, but I just kind of eyeballed it and added the ricotta cheese mix next, which you can see me doing here, and just kind of spread that on. And then added the beef on the top of that. And I just eyeballed that as well. You can measure if you're, want to do that, but I could kind of tell how much I had. And then you layer, or you can put mozzarella cheese on as well. So that is what I'm doing here. You'll continue that for 3 layers, and then when you get to the top, you just basically use the remainder of everything you have left. So I used the remainder of the marinara, the remainder of the cheese, and then obviously the beef and the mozzarella that I put on the top. And then there's really no wrong way of doing this. So here I am just adding the beef and the cheese. Next, you're going to want to cover your casserole dish with a piece of foil. You then put it in the oven for 25 minutes. Once your 25 minutes is done, you're going to remove the foil and then put it in for an additional 5 minutes. So here's the outcome of the lasagna. It is really good. I was a little nervous using the whole grain pasta because I've always used regular, but it turned out really, really good.